Yeah, I think I really have to talk about this. So, yeah, I like Halo. And it's okay. It wasn't this TV show that made me like it or the games because I never owned an Xbox console. It truthfully was Red versus Blue. That was the thing that grabbed me and gently whispered, "You should give Halo a chance." Pre me liking Halo, I was not a fan of many FPSs, and to that point, the only other FPS I gave a chance to was Overwatch, and that was only due to a close friend of mine. So imagine me not being the best at FPSs in the first place, finding enjoyment in an FPS on my own with no help. I gravitated towards the thing I usually like the most when caring about any kind of media is the story, and that was what I jumped into first. Then, about a couple months later to maybe a year, I bought Halo MCC, which I love, and sat in the menu of Halo Infinite for a while. My computer can't run it. So, to this point, I've written the concepts to a Halo universe I dub Silencia Maximus. If you want a video on it, I could do it. It's a really funny comedy action show that's I plan to animate in Blender. But to that point, looking at this footage, you can still tell that I'm getting the bearings of the SPS genre. I've played a lot of Halo CE and like literally one level of Halo Reaches campaign. I really need to play more of it. At the time of writing, I want to play Halo 3 ODST and kind of play all the games out of order since I already know the story. And pre me watching the Halo TV show, I had played a Halo MCC a little bit. So, for you, understand that this is coming from a place of love for the franchise. I really don't want to be a downer this entire video, so I'm going to be lighthearted with the criticism and not try to rip it to shreds at every opportunity. It's definitely hard when you stay optimistic with the show, understand that it isn't canon, and it still finds a way to disappoint you even when you understood its limitations and gave it a fair shake. Halo Season 2, Episode 5, anyone? I hate that episode so much. But I like to have a little bit more fun, and so let's all kind of collectively laugh at it instead of collectively stewing in anger. Anyways, I think we should jump in with a sort of chronological look at my high points and low points with the show. So, yeah, story time. I'm gonna go home and watch Halo. Interesting show. I like it because it's Halo enough. It's Halo enough. Yeah, this was my mentality on the show. This is the only piece of audio I recorded when watching it. I made it on the Thursday when episodes 3 and 4 came out. That encapsulated my mentality of the show. So I was excited to watch the season 2 episodes as they came out. Now season 1 I essentially watched in a straight shot as it had already came out. I didn't pay attention to it, but I did end up enjoying most of it. I really hated the Chief Makee romance. Master Chief is resilient enough that he doesn't need a love interest like a typical action bro tag, but they did it twice in a row. The finale of season 1 did leave a bad taste in my mouth too, with Riz getting blown to bits and the universe not having biofoam. Allegedly, I was never giving a straight answer during the show. Also, that finale made it look like there were no Spartans, but Season 2 Spartans with our Silver team interacting with another team of Spartans. I'm just saying, if these guys existed last season, why didn't Chief call them when they were raiding the Covenant planet? And I understand that, they weren't friends, but I mean, if there were that team, there were probably a couple other teams he could have called. Actually, now that we're on that subject, there are a lot of questionable UNSC moments that just boggled me through my walkthrough. So I'll try to go chronologically since I haven't I haven't since I started this section, but here we are. Welcome to just where are the ODSTs? If I start at the beginning of it, I think the earliest moment of me going, huh? Is when Makee baited that UNSC ship into being taken over by the Legolo worms. For me, it was like, why was there a gigantic UNSC cruiser with only Marines on it? Those little guys, I love them, but they're dumb. A group that would have been able to discern that the worms were on the ship would have been ODSTs. But for some reason, they literally don't exist in this universe slash timeline. I mean, McKee even working with the Covenant is weird. Although we see her backstory, it doesn't make any sense. Why would the San Shayum go find us a human child who is somehow connected to us? As a message to the writers regarding McKee's statement at the end of Season 2, the Covenant only calls Spartans demons. I also learned they call ODSTs imps. It isn't a classification of destined human children in the Covenant belief system. It's a name because of their fear of the Spartan, because they are that dangerous. Not a destined thing. Just, I already touched on the whole Spartan debacle, the Keyes Halsey thing, which would have been there, but I realized that their relations are canon, so good on them. Oh, here we go. In Season 2, Master Chief is allowed a day off. What? Hold up! Your most powerful super soldiers, like millions, probably more like trillions, into this project. Just go take a walk without your armor. I guess it's nice to give them that, but have at least give them the armor. Like, if they don't want to wear the helmet, that's fine. But on the topic of Spartans, why did the UNSC make flash cloning illegal? Halsey was going to do it anyway to cover up what she did. Also, why didn't they tell the Spartans at this point in their career, at this age, it doesn't matter. Their parents are either 1, dead, or 2, wouldn't believe them even if they did return. Like, that whole panic of the first season of the first season was just kind of bleh to me. Oh no, Master Chief is gonna realize how horrible the Spartan 2 program really is. Okay. It shouldn't have had any bearing on him now, even without his emotional suppression chip thing. That's another thing. Why do the Spartan 2s have that? Seriously, I mean, the Spartan 2s in canon were serious, but they didn't need suppression chips. They're not Spartan 3s. Oh. Wow. Huh. You see, I've been reading Karen Travis's Halo novel, Glasslands. In this book, we follow Fred, Kelly, and Linda, and some other Spartan 3s, and Halsey and Mendez inside of a Forerunner emergency bunker. They're highly trained, but not emotionless, and they weren't intended to be. In canon, Spartans, I think, were more socially engineered to be locking legends. Key in on that social part. Spartans weren't trained to be solid and emotionless, they were trained to be deadly, and I guess you could argue that those two go hand in hand, but I believe the show was way too caught up in the Spartans are army propaganda, with the whole Spartan Strike arcade game and the Master Chief image, instead of, making the Spartans actually physically strong. Riz is blown to bits at the end of Season 1 and struggles to fully recover in Season 2. She gives Master Chief her dog tags like she died and then walks off and joins a hippie community. Like on a planet, and it's like with her countries. Like, it's supposed to be a moment it's not supposed to be funny. I think it's hilarious. It's so melodramatic where she's like, cause Master Chief yells at her. Yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the scene. Master Chief was like, no, Riz, you're gonna get back on that planet. And she goes, sorry, Master Chief, Riz is dead. That's just funny to me. But doubly so when it's after she put herself in immense pain after trying to get Vanek's dead body. Do not get me started on Vanek's death. Oh, it's such a horrible send-off, to such a likable character. Even in Season 1, Riz and Vanek were my standout favorites. Probably because in Season 1, Kai, the other member of Silver Team, takes out her emotional suppressant chip and then starts textbook tweaking. She dyes her hair for no real reason, and other than free thinking. And then while talking to Miranda's all like, did you know that my favorite weapon is the Needler? And do you want to know the Sangheili word for mercy? Like I said, textbook tweaking, but yeah, maybe it's because they had less screen time, but I thoroughly enjoyed Riz and Vanek while those two were on screen. Near the end of Season 1, when Halsey orders them to kill Master Chief, Master Chief tells them to remember all of their time together. And Vanek, while having one of those suppression chips, doesn't kill him. Wow. He isn't soulless, or a monster. I'm telling you, they're the best, but you've noticed, and I just did while writing this, I forgot about Soren and his wife, Kessler, and Quan. I might have to one word to describe these people. Okay. I understand I haven't transitioned into another segment. Basically, understand that this is me just kind of gushing about the show. Things I like, things I don't like. Don't know why I separated them into segments, but we should enjoy it together. So, let's move on. Let me think. What else do I have to talk about? So, an interesting thing to me, something I saw pointed out in a YouTube video, I can't remember by who, is that the TV show is called the Silver Timeline, while the canonical universe is called the Golden Timeline. Makes you wonder where you should be spending your time, eh? I don't really necessarily like Ackerson's place in the show. He's just annoying and is just a cartoon villain in the face of Master Chief. Also, again, Master Chief's reclaiming his armor thing, because I don't like how it's basically painted black, and then he was a vigilante against the UNSC. I kept making Batman jokes while I'm watching those episodes. Like, anytime when he fights all those UNSC guys in a room, I kept going like, I'm Batman for Gotham, because it was just funny. Parnagosky, just read as a character to me, made up for the TV show. That I didn't know she was canon until I read about her in that novel, that Halo novel I've been reading, which is cool. And actually, a great slightly canon thing that they did, which if they continued, would have made for a very unique, but still faithful Halo TV show. I mean, should I really keep going on? I think we should, instead of continuing to rant about how this show did its bad, did like a little smidgen of good, I think we should talk about the other good in Halo. To put this discussion effectively to rest for me, the Paramount Plus TV show sucks. And if they would know better, they would stop with season 2. We know corporations, but fans can and will be better. So, I'm going to shout out a bunch of people who are working way harder and better than Paramount's teams. This way, we can get some people watching some other Halo stuff besides whatever Paramount's going to push our way next. Soda's is a great animator, so please go watch Soda's Halo tribute animation, Remember. It's way better than the 2 whole seasons of a multi-million-dollar show. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and talking about it, I want to go watch it again. So, I know Rooster Teeth went under, and they weren't the best before that, but Red vs. Blue seasons 1 through 13 is a must-watch. 15 through 17, 15 through 19, people say that you can just say maybe they end at season 13, which I won't tell you about, or they end at whatever following seasons after that. And, you have to go watch it, because it got me in Halo. Scribbly Productions is doing a lot of fun Halo Machinima stuff, along with Blazing Boomerang. Go support them both. The Actman is good for video essays, along with Shredded Nerd, and I would have to tell you, give Narrative Arcade's video on Halo a watch. It is so good. Mint Blitz does some good new stuff, kinda along with Hidden Xperia. He's a huge fan of The Flood. If you're into that, you should go check him out. This isn't anywhere near enough, but I want to point people to a better Halo content that they'll get a lot of enjoyment out of, rather than the Paramount Plus TV show. Hello, everybody. I'm back. I was vacationing for the most of June, so that's why, and I wasn't with the computer I usually do YouTube on. I could have made a video through a mobile video editor, but I don't think he would go with my usual style. Amazon ain't my microphone, so that I was going to use, so that is a work in progress. I know it's been a while, even since I uploaded that meme video about M. Bison, but I'm excited because I'm going to EVO this year, later on this week actually, by the time of writing and recording, but I hope you did enjoy this video. It was something that I've gone to work on and gone back on. It's been a back and forth thing to do, so I'm glad that I was finally able to make it in a form that I enjoyed. Anyways, take those recommendations. Like, go and watch something Halo related that you'll actually enjoy instead of sitting around waiting for a Paramount Plus TV show that's gonna break your heart, you know? And, you'll enjoy it. Trust me. Anyways, I hope you enjoy your daylight or your moonlight, and remember, God's got you, and I'll always be seeing you.